I try to put an exciting title in there to make you go, boop, I want to watch this. I have super exciting news for you. If you are with me, give me a wave, give me a hello. I'm going to put something in the chat that's going to reveal my exciting news. Who's excited? Let me know. Who's excited? Let me know. So many of you know I have been working on my 7th book, talking about the glory of the Lord, talking about the pursuit of God's character. In this book, I talk a lot about kind of describing what is the glory. What does that even mean? I use the anointing of God, which is much more tangible, which we hear a lot about the power of God, the ways of God, the movement of God. So I talk about the anointing of God so that we can compare it to what is the glory of God, the person of God, the actual attributes of God. This has been a passionate message for me because of my personal journey over the last 2 or 3 years, and it's all in the book. And the exciting news is the book went live today. So I just put the link. I think I put the link. It should be the link. I just put it in the comments. But it is on Amazon. So you can get it in paper book. You can get it in ebook. You can get it in hardback book. Hi, Tammy. It is not out on audiobook yet. We are working on audiobook. Those are a whole nother beast. But I would love for you to order a copy of this book. Now, I know we've kind of been like anticlimactic about it because this is my 7th book, and at some point you just kind of like, oh, it's another book. But I really am very excited about this book because because I think it's so important that we have an understanding of the power of good character. I think we get focused on behaviors and giftings and service, and we make serving God all about our gifts and the things that we bring to the church, or the things that we do in the kingdom, or the way that we flow in the spirit, and we forget the power of good character. So I talk about this a lot in the book. Talk about the importance of pursuing God's glory, which is his character, pursuing his heart versus just his power. In other words, oh, thank you, Tammy. In other words, I'm not just looking for God to heal me, I'm looking for God as healer. I'm not just looking for God to comfort me. I'm looking for him as comfort, capital C, like that's who he is. So in the book, I talk a lot about what is the glory. Then I talk about the power of the glory, how it has the power to cancel the presence of self, how it overrides mental, emotional difficulties, and all the things that the glory does for us. And then in the final section, I talk about ways to pursue the glory of the Lord, embracing trials and tribulations, creating space for God, to commune with him. How do I learn how to connect with the presence of God? How do I learn to pursue the person of God? So again, this is very different than how do I cultivate my gifts? All of that is important as well, but the glory and the anointing must work in tandem. In fact, the glory of the Lord must come first. The glory of the Lord is the character of God. If you remember in the Bible, it talks about you can speak in tongues, you can serve somebody, you can help somebody, but if you do any of these things without love, then it has no power. What does it mean? What good is it if it's done without love? And what he's talking about is anybody can imitate good services. A lot of us know that. Anybody can imitate giftings. We see the magicians in the Old Testament, they imitate the supernatural works, the anointing of Moses. So that's why we have to really become a people of solid character. I can act like I'm okay, but if I'm really not okay, then that acting isn't going to last me very long. I can act like I'm joyful, but if I'm really not walking in the attribute and the character of joy, then when trials and tribulations come, you're going to be able to see that in my life. So a lot of us have learned how to behave like Jesus, but we still struggle in our thoughts. We still have to talk ourselves through our negativity. We still have to talk ourselves through our critical spirit. We still have to talk ourselves through even self-abasing thoughts. And so we've learned how to behave like that, but if we're honest with ourselves, we still struggle in our hearts and our minds. And so this book is all about really going further, going beyond just your behaviors, your outward, your personality, and really taking a look at character. So it's going beyond just having a good personality, having good behaviors, having good attributes, having good gifts or skills, and really taking a look at who are you when nobody's around. Um, what does your life, what does your heart look like when you're in your closet with God? Are you allowing him to search you? Are you allowing him to seek you? So if you have watched this and you've clicked on the link, let me know in the comments. If you have watched this and you're like, bro, I'm ordering this book, let me know in the comments. We are going to probably do some sort of a reading slash signing, um, where, hey, Tiffany, where you can where you can come and I'll read portions of the book. That's what we did with the last book. So instead of doing kind of a big book launch, we did a book reading. And I actually enjoyed that more, because I enjoy the messages that God gives me to share with people. And I'm very passionate about communicating that. And so I love being able to read excerpts from the books to you guys to just kind of get your your whistle wet, and give you an appetite for the message that's in the book. So if you are with me, let me know in the comments. Hey, I hear your book was released today. You can even say, hey, congratulations in the comments, just so I know. Oh, I know what she's talking about. Um, so, this message, exciting news, is to tell you that my seventh book went live today. So, it's at lots of different publishing companies, but the most popular one, and this is off topic, but that colors. I've had several people tell me that today, Tiffany. Whenever I wear royal blue, actually, people are like, that's your color, that's your color. So, I don't know what I was saying. Something about the book. The best way to find it, is on Amazon. Now, for those of you who are launchers, meaning you were on the book launch and you've already read some of it, this is that moment where you need to really be like, pop, 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 talking it up, letting people know that it's out, sending them the link, posting the link on your wall, tag me in it, put the hashtags, all the things. But if you remember, you do need to order the book from Amazon so that you can write a review. All right, you guys, if you order a book, always write a review. If you have read my books in the past, go to Amazon, write a review. It helps the algorithms. All right, that's it. Thank you all for joining me. You really need to get this book. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tiffany. I love you guys. Thanks for celebrating with me.